Oops. Hey, what's up, all? So I'm on vacation. Took the week off. We didn't actually go anywhere. Just spending time with my wife. But I came out to get dinner, and I'm just driving home, so I figured I'd just talk for a minute here, since I won't be doing any real videos. You get the car video. Wah! I'm joined by Annabelle today. Annabelle, you want to say hi? So I'm on vacation, but Joe Biden supporters aren't, are they? I haven't got to see a lot of the news or anything like that, but the Biden riots continue. Vote for Democrat, or we'll destroy your country and burn down all your stuff. But trust them, they're the party of peace. They're the moral superiors to you. You know, we're so loving and caring and peaceful, and if you don't agree with us, we'll beat you to death and burn down your property. Vote Joe Biden. So I live outside Pittsburgh. I live in a county called Clarion County, about an hour and a half north of Pittsburgh. All right there, Chunker? What are you doing? Yeah, get in the seat. Anyways, I have a lot of friends here. Pittsburgh, you know, as far as a nationally recognized city, small city, not as big as many of the others. Annabelle, you're having a tough time there, aren't you? What's happening? But yeah, it's kind of a smaller city. Anyways, I know a lot of people that live in Pittsburgh. I spend time there. And I have a lot of left-wing friends that are in Pittsburgh or the surrounding area in rural Pennsylvania or in suburban Pennsylvania, where I'm at. And we got to see some Black Lives Matter action in Pittsburgh yesterday. Yay! There's a viral video that went around it. Of course, there's a lot of eateries, diners, that sort of thing that are having outside dining now. And so there's footage of some outside dining occurring, and Black Lives Matter nobly comes and harasses some elderly white folks and comes up and screams at them, and it looks like they were trying to attack them, and then one of them comes up and just takes the drink that they paid for and just drinks it. Now that's honestly, that is considered peaceful by the standards of the riotous Marxist Black Lives Matter movement. You know, they didn't light anyone on fire. They didn't beat anyone to death. They didn't shoot anyone. So I guess by their standards, that's a step up. But I just have to say, watching that close to home, it just reminds me to all of my left-wing friends in or around the Pittsburgh area, enjoy. And this is what you wanted, enjoy. This is a racist movement. It's a Marxist movement. It will come for you. It will. And I don't want to hear you call the cops when it comes. I don't think you deserve it. I'll still fight for your rights, but this is the future you wanted for yourself. You called me extreme. You said that people like me that said, wait a minute, this is a racist movement. This is a violent movement. You said that was extreme, that you appreciated it. You were perfectly fine with burning down inner city black communities. All of my white liberal friends, they said I was the racist. I'm the extremist and I'm the racist. If I didn't want a bunch of outside white agitators going into inner city neighborhoods and burning down communities, that made me the racist. And I said, we'll see if your tune changes if it comes to your neighborhood. By all means, if looting's good, if rioting's good, place your address online. Let them come to your house. Why, if you have white privilege, why are you not advocating they burn down your home instead of some black homeowner in the inner city? And so now that's the first thing I thought when I saw it in Pittsburgh was like, there you go. Enjoy. This is not about justice. This is not about ending police brutality. They're racist. Critical race theory encourages the hatred of white people, of Asian people, and it's also racist towards black people as well, by treating them as monolithic and treating them as if they don't have personal agency. It's disgusting. It's truly one of the most revolting movements that you can imagine, and it's totally dominated our academia for the past 30 years. Why do you think so many in teachers' unions are advocating? They don't want parents to see the curriculums now that they're online. Why would that be? If you're an older, like I'm 36, I can't even imagine when I was in school 20 years ago. I can't even imagine my teachers being like, whatever you do, don't leave your parents know what we're teaching you. I can't imagine. That's commonplace now. And again, as I said, this started in the debate community, where I saw this 20 years ago in the debate community, where they were actively telling people, don't record rounds. We don't want the outside world to see what we're up to here, because it turns out all the people that went through a debate when they were in the 70s or 80s, they were like, yeah, that was an important part of my life. I'd like to donate money to that. Maybe they wouldn't appreciate donating money to a bunch of people that were calling them racist and advocating burning down the country, or advocating ending white people, or ending men, or ending Christians. Maybe that wouldn't be an idea that was getting so much financial donations. Just like we see with the schools now. So Trump did one of the best things in his administration, and that was signing an executive order banning the teaching of critical race theory in government agencies like the FBI and other places. Because when it infiltrated academia 20 to 30 years ago, if not longer, what happened was those people left academia and then went out to government jobs, to real jobs, to lead corporations, etc. Now it's infesting every area of our life. How does it feel to you to know that our FBI, they can't figure, by the way, our FBI that was engaged in a coup against Donald Trump, and they have no idea why the Las Vegas shooting occurred. When a country music place gets shut up, they're like, we don't know. I mean, we lied to people over and over about it, but we were like, we'll get to the bottom of it. How's that Las Vegas investigation coming, FBI? Any further along? No? Oh. Well, wait a minute. But the FBI was busy on other things, like they're trying to stop foreign nationals from infiltrating our election system and our politicians, right? So those Awan brothers, that were working for the Democratic Party, and what's her name? Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Surely the FBI's not. Oh, what's that? Oh, they let them go too. Oh, yeah. Well, but they're working on Russian collusion. So, like, if Russian Kremlin officials helped develop a dossier that was used to spy on a president, surely the FBI would be interested in investigating. Oh no, I'm sorry. They actually listened to that Russia propaganda and spied on a president based on it. Makes sense then that same FBI is routinely receiving critical race theory training, talking about the evils of whiteness and things like that. Because once you indoctrinate a people to hate this country, the history of the country, and to hate people based on their race, or think that they're responsible for the sins of their forefathers based on race, well then, by any means necessary, they can tear down this country. It's good. This is why we should ban the FBI, which, even though I'm for, I think it was a huge first step. And Trump outlawing critical race theory, spending government money, your tax dollars, to train people to hate people. That was a great first step. I would ban the FBI immediately. Immediately. They are worthless. They are absolutely worthless. They engaged in a coup. They are a bigger threat to this country than any outside force. But we reap what we sow. We allowed Republicans and conservatives allowed the culture war to be lost. And now we're stuck with a movement where people are afraid to speak up. I've had conservatives on Twitch reach out to me in private and say they 100, conservatives mind you, 100 terroristic extreme nature of Black Lives Matter and Antifa, but they're afraid to say it. How many people are at that spot? I'm afraid I'll get fired. I'm afraid I'll get attacked. And I don't blame them. If that's how you make your living on YouTube or Twitch, well, you're afraid you'll lose your livelihood. I don't care. I don't make my living that way. So I'm not afraid. I will speak up. I know that I'm on the side that judges people based on and not the color of the FBI agents or mainstream media people or people like Jack Dorsey or Jeff Bezos tell me, no, now you want to judge people by the color of their skin as long as you're judging correctly based on their color. It's still wrong. It was wrong then and it's wrong now. And so now we see the Biden riots every day, more Biden riots, yay. But at Princeton site, right, they were happy to report that 93% according to Princeton study of all Black Lives Matter protests were peaceful. Oh, okay. No problem then. So it went by locations. It said, I can't remember the exact number, only 220 something locations had violence in the name of Black Lives Matter. That's not so bad. That's only 4.5 per state, right? Oh, wait. You mean there are 200 something odd cities in this country that have had riots because of Black Lives Matter? And you're going to say, well, that's no big deal. Why is it that the same people that will selectively take a piece of footage like the death of George Floyd and say this represents all police, when we have millions of police interactions? The study I read said 1 in every 60,000 police interactions become violent. 1 in 60,000. Yet if 220 20-something out of 2,000 BLM protests become violent. No big deal. Nothing to look at here. It's so stupefying, it's unbelievable. Again, the Tea Party movement was painted as violent and racist, and why? Do you remember them burning down even one city? The amount of gaslighting that's done by the media to demonize, like they're trying to say, you know this, they're trying to say it's Trump supporters engaging in the violence. Absolutely ridiculous. We can see who it is. Even the Princeton article, you can tell that it's full of crap because then it goes on to say, remember Umbrella Man? Remember him? It was this guy with an umbrella, and it turned out he was a right-winger, and he was smashing windows. So that proves all the violence at BLM Trump supporters. What are you talking about? If this movement is complete, but if one person breaks a window, then they all have to go nuts and start burning and looting things, then it's not a peaceful movement. And remember, where we told at Charlottesville, oh, there can't be, if you're associated with the movement that engages in hatred or violence, then that makes you just as hateful. Yet for some reason, it's every time you see one of these things done by Black Lives Matter or Antifa. Sorry about that. But, I mean, it's just nonsense. It's never going to get better. I mean, until you vote these radical extremists out, nothing will get better. By the way, let me jump ship for a moment here. Trey Gowdy said the other day, he assumes Durham's investigation will lead to no more indictments. If that's true, Trump deserves to lose. It's that simple. I don't care how mad it makes Trump supporters out there. I'm a Trump supporter. I volunteered for his campaign. Actually was going to work for his campaign, but they wanted me to social media, which I wouldn't do. I think Trump's a lot of faults. I criticize him all the time. Probably the best president in my lifetime. And he certainly outed the extreme establishment and left for what they are. But if he's so dumb that he surrounded himself by people like Barr and Durham, and they're unwilling to prosecute the actual people that were engaged in a coup against him, then he deserves to have the coup continue. It's that simple. That simple. Now, I know I had a bunch of Q supporters and others tell me, no, trust me, the hammer's going to drop. We'll see. We'll see. But just a brief aside there, but the point is this. If you are willing to say, I'll vote Democrat because I want them to stop beating me, this will never get better in your lifetime. They will become more and more, if this is acceptable, they'll censor you even more. They'll indoctrinate your children even more. They'll burn down your countries even more, your cities even more. They'll lock you down even more. What they're learning, if they win this election, what they've learned is we can engage in political terrorism. We could get away with it. The country will be okay with it. And so we could do whatever we want. We could come in, it'll get more egregious. They'll come in and they'll say, you can't go to your job, but someone's allowed to come to your house and burn it down. No police are allowed to be there, but you're not allowed to exercise your Second Amendment. If someone burns down your house, they're a hero, they're a patriot. If you defend yourself, you go to prison for the rest of your life. It'll just get worse and worse. So it is the most important election of our lifetime. I don't even know if our votes will matter because the Democrats and the establishment will cheat so bad, they're not going to leave a peaceful transition of power or for Trump to peacefully accept power, just like they didn't in 2016. Except this time it'll be worse. All right, sorry to leave with that. I'm going to head out. Follow me on YouTube. It's only a matter of time before they kick me off completely. So follow me on DLive at Normal America or on Twitch, which they'll kick me off eventually too. So, all right, thanks so much, everyone. We'll talk to you soon, and as always, have a good one.